A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this session, I would be talking about dark night of the soul. There are two types of dark nights. A lot of people only know about the hardcore dark night that happens for a few days, sometimes months, sometimes weeks, and it pulls a person totally into it, sucks them into it, and people don't get out of their bed, they don't get out of their room, they don't feel like doing anything, they don't feel like going anywhere, they don't want to meet anyone, they are completely heartbroken, shattered, very depressed at that point in time. They may not be suffering from depression, but during the dark nights they just don't know what's happening to them. In this confusion, some of the DMs and DFs, mostly is the DM, they end up going to psychiatrists, doctors. They think that there is some health issue they are facing, there is a problem going on. They don't know these are the symptoms of the ascension. Whenever your Kundalini rising happens, then these issues also happen. And I'll tell you, first let me explain the hardcore dark night, and then I'll explain the subtle dark nights and how to deal with it. And it's very important you deal with it. In fact, I would say that you are very lucky that you have landed on these videos and not gone to some place where you would be given chemicals, or not gone to people who could involve you in further more dangerous type of addictions like drinking, smoking, or doing drugs, or involving yourself into casual sex with various type of people who you don't even know. You don't know what energy they possess, you don't know what they're going to do with your sacral energy, you don't know any of that. And in exchange you would be taking their energy also, and which will further make you sad, because these type of activities are very selfish activities, and these activities are not even done in a right frame of mind. Although the dark energies or the dark forces have also tried very hard to market them, to do PR around them. They have a lot of advertisements in the market about deodorants, about clothes, where a man becomes a magnet, and so many women are desperate for him. Just how they portray women to be so stupid, so dumb, so desperate, just because somebody has put a deodorant, these type of advertisement, or somebody is having an energy drink or a cold drink, and that makes them very attractive, so attractive that anyone can do, the hottest models can come running to him. So they show these things as very glamorous things. They not only program the men, but they also program the women. Men are getting programmed to be very body oriented, be very looks oriented, or have that kind of attitude that I am a man and my genitals are some kind of a gift for other women, all the women, and I must distribute it freely, which is not true. If you meet a genuine DM, a genuine twin flame, starseed, light workers, they all understand that sacral energy is not supposed to be shared with every Tom, Dick and Harry. It is a very private part of you, and it should only be used in reproduction, or if two true lovers have come together, twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine, it should be only exchanged with someone who loves you unconditionally and truly. In fact, there is no need for this type of expression also. The higher you ascend, the more this thing will become clearer and clearer to you, and one fine day you would probably look at your own self and be shocked or surprised at how come I have changed so much, because you would not need it at all in your life. And you will also attract people who are not going to see you just as a body, or just how they say, oh, this person is so sexy. That sex appeal does not come from your genitals, it comes from within you as who you are, how you live your life. That should be more attractive about you, and that should bring in the right type of affection. So these dark night of the souls, although they are seen as something very negative, and yes, the experience is also very painful for some people and they continue to suffer, but when you get out of it, then you will learn how to be independent, you will learn how to be free. There is a purpose behind dark nights. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Has anyone thought about it? That why do I have to go through dark nights upon dark nights, so many dark nights? Especially in the twin flame journey, sometimes the feminines and the masculines, they just become so frustrated, every time it happens. When you're in a dark night, many things you will do, and then you should know that I'm in a dark night. And dark night can even happen for one day and 1 hour also, or few hours also. Like morning, you go through the dark night, and by evening, if you learn the lesson, by evening you will be a completely new, free person. And I'm speaking from my experience also. Not only other people's experiences, but my own experience is also involved in this. So what happens is that many times people, when they are stuck in a dark night, they don't want to eat food. That is one of the things that people quit. They don't eat food. I mean, you don't feel like cooking, it's a different thing. You don't have time, or you don't have someone who can cook for you, or you don't want to eat homemade food for a while. But when somebody is in a happy mood, you'll always notice that they enjoy eating. People who are depressed, or people who are anxious, they can't eat. So this makes them very weak, and it makes them very low immunity is there in them. All these problems are there. They don't want to brush their teeth, they don't want to comb their hair, they don't want to take a bath. Many days go and the person hasn't taken a bath, or they will get ready for a bath but they will not do anything. They won't even be presentable because they don't want to show themselves to anyone, and they are still stuck in a thought that if I look good or sexy, as people say, or attractive or amazing or presentable, it's only when I have to do it for other people. But in reality, when you learn to dress up every day, be presentable every day, even if you don't have to step out anywhere, still you wear nice clothes, still you dress up. And I don't mean branded clothes, please understand, that is also an illusion. You look good, you feel good. That means you can't be stuck in the dark night, because you're getting ready, getting dressed up for your own self. So during the dark nights, the condition of a person becomes very bad. The DM and the DF both, they are stuck inside a dark energy. Okay. And then there is a subtle dark night. Subtle dark night is not like hardcore. You don't get trapped or stuck into something, but you are hovering around some type of addictions here and there, or there is a certain problem in you. Sometimes dark nights also happen when we spend time with very dark and negative people, and we do not know how to handle and manage our energy. See, negative people will keep meeting you because you are a positive person, so you will attract negative people also. And sometimes what they do is they'll talk to you for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and after that you will feel very drained. They would be depressed, you will fix them, but you will get drained in return, because the energy management is not good as of now, though you have not learned how to manage your energy. Or maybe you have some very bad habit of yours, like talking too much or sharing too many things with people who do not understand you, and then trying to convince them, forcing them to understand you. You know that they cannot understand you. You know that somebody in your family could be your mother, father, brother, sister. They'll never be on the same page with you. But you still, whenever you learn something like twin flame or star seeds, or some fancy thing you learn, you have this habit of telling it to them, which they cannot acknowledge, or they don't acknowledge. Or even if they listen to you, you feel like they have no interest in it, or very less interest in it. So you share with them, but later on you start regretting. You come back to your own solitude, and then you think, oh, I'm feeling so sad, I'm feeling so this, I'm feeling so that. Another problem in people is they look for credit and they look for praise. And when they get criticism, they get very affected by it, they take it very personally. This is also called a subtle dark night, because it always brings in negative feelings. It always brings in the feeling of lack and limitation, unworthiness. You keep on thinking, am I not good enough? That they cannot even listen to something interesting I'm saying. Maybe they can just listen to me and just, maybe it could be something they should try to enjoy. So when you don't get the same type of expectation, whatever you have expected, when you don't receive it, you start feeling bad about it. Let me tell you one more thing. A lot of dark nights also happen because of expectations. If you are going to have expectations from people, you are going to suffer. That is a rule, one of the most important rule. If you are going to expect anything from anyone, you are going to suffer. You will be a miserable person, because expectations, no one can fulfill all your expectations. Maybe one or two they can, but not all of them. So better to not expect from anyone. No one, not even your family members, not even your partner, not even your boyfriend, girlfriend. No one should be under that energy zone. Okay. So the subtle dark nights happen on and off, but they also help you learn some kind of lesson. What is the lesson? So you've now understood that there are two types of dark nights. One is a hardcore dark night which stays for a very long time, and then there is a subtle dark night which keeps coming and going. But you know, every time it happens, you feel very pathetic, disgusted, disappointed, frustrated, obsessed about somebody or something, not able to be flexible, not able to let go, not able to, just be in the present moment. These are all the signs of subtle dark nights. But both of them come in your life to teach you a very, very, very important lesson. And what is that lesson? So with the rational mind, you have to think that life and death are two sides of the same coin. As much as we are here on planet Earth, which is a school actually, duality on planet Earth is a school. Please remember that we are here as a student, as a seeker to study. We are here to study the nature of life and sentient beings and our own emotions through our own experiences and the identity that God has given to us. Okay? But all of this learning is happening so that later on, when our time comes, when we have to die, when we have to leave this body, we are not sad, or we are not tormented, or we are not tortured, or we are not scared. We don't act out of fear. Okay? Oh my God, now my time has come. Because your death decides your next destination. And for the twin flamers, it is said, and it is being shared all over, and even I feel this very strongly, that this is our last life on planet Earth. All genuine twin flamers do not want to stay stuck in the loop of life and death. Okay? So you need to practice. You need to practice for the time beforehand. And every time dark night happens, it feels like you are dying many deaths. So you have to die so many times that by the time your real time comes, your last moment, your final moment comes, you don't have any fear. You're only happy and relaxed that you're going back home and you will be reconnected with source. Not via a body, through a body, because body has its own limitations. Although I also know that the higher you ascend, the higher you advance, when your attachment to the body decreases or ends fully, diminishes fully, that's the time you truly ascend and you become an ascended master. So even in the body you can do a lot of things, because then you no longer need the body. You know many things, you have connected with the soul, the source, and you have learned the mysteries of life and death, the mysteries of planet Earth. So there are many mystery schools also which run in secrecy, I think, or some of them run openly, but many people cannot access. What we are doing right now on this channel, Twin Flame Union, this is also mystical work. Okay, we are studying metaphysics right now, and the problem with most people, most schools and colleges is that they teach all sort of garbage to the children, but they don't teach them metaphysics. Without the knowledge of metaphysics, I am sorry to say, the twin flame journey cannot be completed. Okay, and this is also the reason why I tell people to read the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishads, Ramayana and Mahabharata, because all these are full of metaphysical knowledge, very much required in this journey. Okay, I really hope and pray that in time to come, in future, in India and in abroad, the same kind of schooling system starts again, which used to be there before the colonial rule, before Earth was totally traumatized and tortured because of colonial rule and slavery. Earth used to be different at that point in time. People used to care for nature, people used to care for other people, people were not so selfish, narcissism was not there as such. If somebody is an asur, if somebody is ruled by dark forces, they are born as an asur, then definitely they will be ruled by the negative elements which is coming from the ego. For private sessions, personal readings, guidance on dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first, and once you're sure, write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. When it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your twin flame journey before the reading, because we need to get the best and the most accurate answers that can boost your ascension journey and take you to a 5D union. Without the 5D union, 3D union is not possible. So we will discuss your experiences during the reading. In therapies, it's very important for you to share with me different facets of your life and do the assignments given to you to help you share without inhibitions, and only then we can locate the wounded inner child's traumas and problem areas and wounds, their hurts. Okay, the wounded inner child is the primary reason why the adult is going through separation. You can also get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channel twin flame stories based on 5 different types of twin flame dynamics commonly seen on planet Earth. This link is given in the description box along with the links to my YouTube channels Ramayan and Mahabharat Diaries and the Sunamoon Vlogs. Both these channels, I have created them so that I can share ascension information. They will be only focusing on ascension information. As I just said, food is very important for the body, so the right type of content is required for the mind as well, because we need to deprogram negativity. Just the way programming was done day by day, step by step, slowly and gradually over such a long period of time we got programmed. Similarly, to deprogram ourselves, we need to work continuously and regularly. Rome was not built in a day, so efforts are needed and required, and an urge to connect with your higher version, your highest version, or your best self. Ascension is a lifestyle, or else you can get married to your twin flame, but still you can fall into separation and again get into runner-chaser dynamic. So ego's death happen every time when we get into a dark night. And I'm telling you this once again from my own experience, that in the morning a dark night will start and you will be so frustrated, so sad, so troubled. But if you are doing your inner work, if you're practicing awareness, if you are a devotional person, after a few hours you will realize that I need to let this aspect of me go. If I let this go, I will be relaxed, I will be calm, and I will be back in the present moment, and you will not feel any attachment. And you will also learn that next time I go through this type of a problem, then I know how to handle it. Okay. Another reason why the dark nights happen is because twin flamers, especially star seeds, twin flamers, and I'm talking about those who are here only for this life, these people get instant karma also. They should know about it, because most of the twin flamers, especially if you are projectors, as per human design, if you're projectors, either you will have projectors, reflectors and manifestors. Okay, generators are those people who are old souls. If old souls are in twin flame journey, then they are also doing the same thing, but they have been on earth many times and in many lives. Okay, so they also carry that old soul experience. But these people, the projectors, reflectors, manifestors, they've mostly come from other galaxies. Okay, but they have the similar energy of the old soul. So they have no karma as such from planet Earth, but in their childhood, in their adulthood, in their adolescence, puberty, and before all this took over, the twin flame journey, the ascension work took over them, they also did many wrong things. They hurt many people knowingly or unknowingly because they were learning the lessons. Okay, it's very important for everyone who's here to learn lessons. So during their phase of ignorance, they did not understand certain things, and due to bad programming, due to negative programming, they got those implants and attachments, the negative implants, attachments and attacks on them, they got stuck in their DNA. So with the help of ascension work, with the help of chakra healing, all of this is released from a person's being, from their identity, it is removed. When we enter the ascension journey full throttle, what happens at that time is that we also have a lot of dirt within us. We also have a lot of, in Hindi we have a word called gandagi. Gandagi means dirt, lot of garbage inside of us. With that garbage, it's not possible to connect to source. your voice will only reach to the source, and your connection with source will only strengthen when you become a pure hearted being. Pure hearted beings can connect with God easily. They have a direct contact with universe, they have a direct contact with source and their masters. But in order to become that, you need to release all the defilements of your mind, and you need to purify your mind. You need to become pure again. And because of this also, people have some negative experiences, like they feel sadness because that problem or that wrong behavior pattern. Say somebody has a habit of gossiping, okay, so when they meet a negative person, they gossip for 2 hours, and when they come back home, the twin flame, the star seed, the light worker, they come back home, they feel very drained, they feel very upset, they feel very low. It does not, like they don't know why is this happening, so they are very sad and they keep crying and they pray to God and they ask for help, they listen to some channeling, something they do, because now by the time they've grown, they have learned how to deal with situations, and then suddenly they realize that maybe I am feeling drained and sad because I spent 2-3 hours talking badly about other people. Okay, not even in a joking way, not even in a way to inspire others that okay, you should not do this, but literally sitting and bitching about people. Okay, and then you have also got some attachment with that type of a person or those people who have this energy in you. It's not a good habit, some of the things that they are doing, it's not good habit, and you should not indulge in those habits yourself, but you do it because this is what it is. Addictions are like traps. Sometimes people enjoy them, but for a twin flame ascensioner, this is not good energy. So when they realize that okay, today I am feeling drained because I was bitching about someone. Bitching is the word used normally, but I love bitches and dogs, I have to say that. I don't know why they even use this word. So you have gossiped about someone so much that by the time you come back home, you are empty and you don't have any energy and you're feeling pathetic. By evening time, maybe you realize it. You realize that this is the reason why I'm drained. Maybe you want to fight with somebody. Maybe you want to go back to the same person who made you negative. Maybe they also said something mean about you. While gossiping, they said, oh, you know what that person thinks about you? Oh, they think that you are this or that type of a person, blah, blah, blah. So while gossiping, you cannot be safe also, because something will come to you also, and then you in return would say, yeah, they said this for me, let me tell you what they are, I'll tell you their secrets, and then this becomes a vicious cycle. So by evening, somehow the person realizes that I don't have to be in this vicious cycle. Even in runner chaser dynamic, this runner chaser game is played by both DM and DF lot of times. So when the DF stops chasing, the runner returns. It's obvious. And I'm talking about those relationships where the contact between DM and DF is already maintained again. They are back in contact. So the DM comes back, now the runner is coming back, but now the DF doesn't want to forgive. Now she's back to, like, yeah, you did this to me, you did that to me. She's not willing to let the problems go. When she does not let it go, again the same cycle will repeat. Okay. So this drainage of energy, you have to be very aware about it. Every time you get drained, you have to look within, that I might have also made a mistake. So the dark nights actually teach people to be aware of their own feelings, to get out of the dark night on your own. You can't use other people's help. It won't even work if you try to. Okay, maybe you go to a therapy session, maybe you go to some counseling, maybe you listen to something, maybe you read a book, maybe you something positive that will uplift you, that will get you out of that negative habit pattern. Or maybe on some day you have a very bad posture. If you sit straight all day long and your spine is absolutely erect, it will have a great change in your lifestyle, because with the straight spine, the energies can connect with us, the universal energies, the positive energies. In today's world, most of the people are also suffering because of lifestyle diseases, because they're mostly in front of a screen, or they're sitting in the same place, or they're not exercising at all, or they wake up till late in the night, and then in the morning they can't get up on time, they keep sleeping, and they wake up at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and by the time all those positive hours, those energies are gone. So there are many such habit patterns. As I was saying, some people don't take a bath only. Taking a bath every day is very important. If you can take it twice in a day, wonderful. in the morning or in the night. But if you take it once in a day also, it is wonderful, because we are all energy beings and we have 70 to 80% of fluids in our body. So that water acts like a cleanser. It takes out all the negativity. Okay, so I'm giving you all of these examples because most of the times when we are stuck in the dark night of the soul, it's also because we ourselves don't know how to step up and step out from our negative behavior patterns. We think that other people are responsible for what we are going through. We don't know that other people have no role to play. It is our job to get out of it. We need to take 100% responsibility of our lives and of our own actions. This is what we learn in the dark night, because whether you like it or not, when the dark night comes and it's in hardcore phase, it will trouble you. If it will trouble you, only then you would want to do something about it. Maybe for 1 week you can be stuck in your room, you can be doing whatever unhealthy activities, but after that you can't. After that you can't anymore. There will be a point where you will be tired of it, or maybe you go to the doctor and doctor will tell you, if you continue to do this, you're gonna die. Or something happens where you are forced to think that I need to heal it myself, I need to fix it myself. Be it a subtle dark night or be it a hardcore dark night, in both cases it is you who has to make the shift. You need to shift your energy. Until and unless you don't shift your energy, it will be impossible for you to learn that these dark nights are here to kill my ego. Till the time my ego will not die completely, because ego is never going to let you be happy. Ego never wants you to be in the present moment. Ego always distracts. That is the job of ego. Ego cannot survive in the present moment. Ego doesn't want to die, by the way. Just as much as people don't want to die, it is their ego that doesn't want to die. But while doing ascension work, death of ego is a must. It is predestined for all of you to go through these areas, and this is the reason why even your suffering and the type of people you meet on the path, everything is predestined. And that's the reason why I say when you enter the illumination phase, you are going to be so thankful for all the bad things that happen to you. You will be amazed that how, I was so lucky that thing happened to me, and still I'm out of it now and I'm doing this. Because there are many people who cannot even reach to the twin flame ascension journey. Their journey ends with a false twin experience. Then they get married to a karmic or to another soulmate, and it's over for them, because they will continue the work in the next life. But for a genuine twin flame, there is no question of coming to the next life. Therefore, they need to go through all these situations. Therefore, they need to heal and learn to fix themselves by their own efforts. So that when the final moment comes, they are not scared. They are not in fear-based energies. They are totally, open, awake, and very happy. Very, very happy. All right, I lived the full life and now I have to go back home. That is their attitude. And also, with the help of Dark Night of the Soul, people also become very mission-oriented. Because when they come out of it, they realize that, this is such a blissful space to be in. After you get liberated, even if you get little bit of liberation, few percentages of liberation also if you get, you feel so happy. You'd never experienced that amount of happiness in your entire life, no matter what you did. Okay, I would try to share more very soon, especially from the Upanishads and the Puranas and the Vedas and Ramayana and Mahabharata diaries. It is all work in progress right now, because these type of food we need for the mind. Content that is going to uplift us and bring us back in the present moment. In some cases, Dark Night of the Soul helps us to become humble, because it will show you that God is the biggest planner, or universe is the biggest planner, and they know the best for you. And eventually, when you are in good energies, you will realize that yes, this was good, whatever happened to me. Second thing is, in some cases, dark nights also strengthen your faith with God. Like, you will understand the actual power of Source, what Source can do, what prayers can do, what the urge to change your life into a better life can do. And also, sometimes you have to be very strong during the dark night. Dark night also happens when the feminine has taken a very strong step. Either she wants to get out of the false twin loop, or she does not want to, go after running after the DM or get obsessed by him. A lot of things happen. And at that point in time, with the help of prayer, with the help of faith, with the help of many such tools that are presented to the feminines, they figure out that Source is the one who has healed me. Source has cured me. I feel so much better. I was feeling so bad few days back. Now I'm not like that. Now I'm a new person. I have more confidence. I have built up strength in me. So they learn step by step, bit by bit they learn it. So these two things can also happen. Humbling a person down, showing them that you are just a device, you are just a vessel. Don't try to become the doer. You are not going to take the doership. And in other cases, you build up confidence because you know that you're not alone. You have Source with you, and Source will always take care of you, and Source has your back. So friends, dark night of the soul should not be something that you're scared or petrified for. In fact, next time onwards, whenever you feel that you're very triggered, you're very frustrated, you're very low, you should be happy that this is happening to me, because after you heal yourself, after you step out from that dark energy, you will be a changed person, you will be a better person, you will get reborn again, you have taken a rebirth. In the same life, you will feel like many times you have gotten reborn, just the way many times you died. Not the death of the soul, but the death of the ego. So thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.